Hi viewers, this is Bamini from the Department of Computer Applications, the Standard Fireworks Rajaratnam College for Women, Sivakasi. In this video lesson, I am going to talk about and explain about class and objects in Python programming language. Class. Class is a template or a blueprint for creating objects. Class includes data members and functions. The data members and functions are being encapsulated inside the class. The class is going to be a user-defined data type. The class helps to introduce data hiding and encapsulation. Next, the presentation of class and objects. Whenever you are going to create objects, first we have to create a class. The class can able to hold different number of attributes and the methods. The objects helps to create an instance of a class, that is the pictorial representation being represented in the form of class and objects. The syntax of class. Class name. The class name is going to be a valid identifier. The identifier denotes it should start with the alphabets and it can be followed by any number of characters or digits. In Python, colon denotes the indentation. Without indentation, we cannot able to create any block of code. After indentation, we can able to include both members, which includes data as well as methods. Data and methods forms a statement block. The class name is going to be a valid name. For example, ABC denotes the class name. The class name ABC helps you to declare an object of data type ABC. Statement block includes data and method members of a class. Class can able to be created using different scenarios. First, type 1, class followed by a class name. The class name is going to be my class. Then colon. Then it can be indented to provide a statement called pass. The my class is being created as an empty class and it do not have any variables, that is attributes or method on its own. So my class helps you to create an empty object without any methods or data members. Type 2, class followed by my class, and it includes a variable named x and it has been assigned a value 5. X is equal to 5 includes that it is going to be a class variable, and the class variable can able to be directly accessed using either class name or using objects. The third type is it includes both the class variables as well as a method. Class, my class, indented, and it includes x is equal to 5, and the method is being created using a keyword def. Def denotes that it is going to create a method inside a my class, and the name of the method is going to be a meth, and it do not have any arguments, but the one argument what we are going to pass is self. Self denotes it is going to invoke the current object. Then it includes print my class dot x because it is going to provide the value of x inside the method. The next type is fourth type. It includes automatic initialization of a variable during object creation. So how we are going to create the fourth type is class, my class, and it is being indented, and the method what you are going to declare inside the my class is init method. The init method has two arguments, self as well as x variable. The x variable denotes the local variable that is going to be assigned to the instance variable x, which is being preceded by self. Self.x denotes the object which is going to assign the value x. So to automatically initialize the value of x, you need the init method, and it helps to include automatic initialization during only object creation. Type 5 denotes both the automatic initialization as well as a method being created. The init method helps to assign the value for the current object x, and the method my helps to display the value of the object instance using the my method. The last type is type 6, which includes that you can able to use other than self argument and a variable. So the variable denotes, it has to be preceded by the variable name. So ABC is going to be the argument which is going to be passed instead of self argument. So when you are going to be having a variable instead of self means, then the variable x is to be preceded by ABC. So the ABC can able to be any valid name and it can able to denoted instead of the self argument. So either for the init method or the method being created inside the my class can able to hold any valid name instead of the self argument. So that helps you to display the value of or assign the value of the instance variable to the respective objects. Next one is data abstraction. The data abstraction denotes for what purpose means you can able to hide the members of the data or the methods which is being present inside the class and it need not be known to the outside scenario. So whatever you have implemented inside the particular class need not be known to the outside, and it helps you to hide the data or the methods which is being hidden inside the class. The class can able to hold both the private members as well as the public members. Public members is going to be the lowest level of abstraction and it can be accessed through objects when it is being created. Private members or helps to be accessed only inside the class and it has highest level of abstraction, and the private members are being prefixed with double underscore. So whenever you are going to make use of any variables preceded by double underscore inside a class, it denotes that it is going to be a private member of the corresponding class. The next one is objects. Objects is going to be an instance of a class. The instance of the class helps you to create a new object of the data type class. The process of creating objects is going to be called as instantiation. The objects are being created using class type which is going to be user defined data type. So to initialize the values of the objects, you use init method. If I do not want to make use of object in my memory and I can able to return the resources to the system, I can able to make use of del method. So init and del method should be encapsulated inside the class declaration when you are going to create a class. So for automatic initialization and deleting the object when it is no more in use. Object variables need not be shared between different objects being created for a same different type of class. So objects can call methods and functions belonging to the respective class when once it is being created. The next one is syntax of object with the illustration. So the syntax is object name should be equalized by followed by class name, and you can able to pass any number of arguments. So how many number of arguments you are given in the init method, that should be separated by commas. So you need not mention the self argument when you are going to create an object. So consider a class my class. So you have used init method and it has two arguments, self followed by an x parameter. So inside the init method you are going to have a instance variable ax which is being preceded by self dot x is equal to ax. The x is going to be a local variable which is being passed as an argument to the init method when you are going to initialize the object. Then my method has no arguments, but it is making use of the self argument because self helps you to retrieve the value invoked by the current object. So object obj is going to be the object name equal to my class is going to be the name of the class name, and the argument is going to be 10. The object dot my helps to display the value 10 using. You can able to include different types of special methods inside a class. First one is REPR. The REPR method helps to display a string representation of the corresponding object. Compare two class objects being created using the same class type. Len helps to return the length of the object. Either it can able to be a string value, so it can able to hold the number of characters being passed for the object declaration. Then LTGT helps to compare whether the first object is less than the second object or first object is greater than the second object. Hash helps to display or calculate the hash ID of the corresponding object. Iterator helps to iterate over different number of objects of the same data type. Get item and set item helps to retrieve the item or the attribute value of the corresponding object, and set item helps to specify a value to the corresponding index inside the particular class. The illustration. So, class AB, it is going to hold three methods. Init method helps to initialize the value of the corresponding invoking object. So, the parameter is going to be x, and the instance variable is also being preceded by self followed by dot x. So, you have implemented two methods, REPR and len. REPR helps to return the string representation of the corresponding x value. Len helps to calculate the number of characters being passed to the object. So, the object A is equal to AB of 10, print REPR of A displays the value of the object in string representation. X is equal to AB of hello. Hello is going to be the argument which is going to be assigned for the x variable. Len of x calculates the number of characters for the hello world. The count is going to be 5. The next one is attributes related to methods in a class. So, in a class you can able to include different number of attributes. To check whether an attribute is being present in the corresponding object, you can able to make use of has attribute. So, what are the parameters you have to pass is object followed by the name of the attribute present inside the corresponding object. If the name is present, then it returns true value, or it can able to return a false value, that is yes or no. Get attribute means you can able to retrieve the attribute, or you can able to access the attribute of the corresponding object. For example, consider you are going to hold a variable var for an object. Then get attribute object comma var is equivalent to obj.var. So, you can able to retrieve the value of var using the get attribute. Set attribute helps to specify what is the name of the attribute followed by the value to be assigned for the attribute. So, it takes three arguments obj comma name of the attribute and the value to be assigned to the name attribute. Then delete attribute includes two arguments which is going to be object as well as the name. The name has to be deleted from the corresponding object. Once it is being deleted, then you cannot be able to reference the attribute using the object being created of the corresponding data type. Next, built-in class attributes. So, whenever you are going to create a class, you can be able to have different types of scenarios of attributes being created. You can able to fetch the value of the attributes using double underscore being preceded previously as well as succeeded. So, dict helps to represent what are the namespace variables as well as the values assigned for the particular class. So, for example, if you are going to have x and y variable being created for a class, what is the x value as well as the y value? That will be created in the form of a dictionary. Then doc helps to create the documentation of the string for what purpose you are going to create. So, it will be enclosed inside triple quotes. Name denotes the name of the class being represented. Module helps to specify in which module name the class is being created. If you do not have any module being created, then it can able to make use of display main alone. bases. Bases helps to specify what are the base classes being used inside the particular class in the order of the hierarchy. A illustration to represent the built-in class attributes. Next, the illustration. So, class student, hello. Hello is being enclosed inside triple quotes. You are going to include an init method. Init method helps to specify the initialization when object is being created. This helps to display the name of the particular argument instance value. So I am going to create an object. Obj is equal to student of Anu. So the object name is obj. The name of the class is going to be student, and you are going to pass an argument value as Anu. So when I am going to print object dot double underscore dict double underscore, it can able to display the argument, that is the attribute name, as well as the corresponding value assigned for the corresponding attribute. So since the student class has only one attribute, so it has been preceded by name colon the value assigned for the particular instance variable. Then hello is going to be the documentation string assigned for the class student, so which has been enclosed within triple quotes, and the name of the class is going to be student. Next, then data encapsulation. So the data plays a vital role in each and every class being created when you are going to implement the OOPS paradigm. So how you can able to implement the data encapsulation inside a class means with using access modifiers. So the access modifiers, what we are going to make use of public members first. Public members are accessible from outside the class. The object of the class helps to invoke a public method. So using the object itself, we can able to access public methods as well as the variables, that is the instance variables created inside a class. So class student SCH is equivalent to XY is at school. So SCH is going to be a name of a variable which has been created as a public variable. Then inside the init method, I have given self.name is equal to name. So I am going to display what is the name of the student in which school she is studying. So std is equivalent to student of Anu, and print std dot sch means std denotes the name of the corresponding object. SCH is going to be the name of the school name being assigned to the public member. So the output of the program code is XY is at school. Next one is private members. Private members can't be accessed from outside the class. So how to prevent the private without outside the scenario is being provided by double underscore. So each and every variable or the method has to be preceded by double underscore. So the double underscore denotes both for methods as well as for the particular private members. To access the private members, how you have to provide is first, then it should be underscore class name followed by the private member which is being preceded by underscore. So the same class student has been created using members. One is name and another one is this method. So the name is going to be the attribute and this is going to be the method. So I have created an object std is equal to student of Anu. Student std dot student underscore this helps to display the name of the student Anu. Then lastly, garbage collection. Garbage collection helps to destroy the objects. The process of periodically reclaim blocks of memory that are no more in use is termed to be garbage collection. What is garbage? Whenever the particular objects need not be utilized, then you can able to eradicate the system waste in the memory side, so that you can able to make use of the memory for creating some more objects. So the garbage collector deletes unneeded objects if the object's reference count reaches to 0. Why it has been referenced as reaches 0 means some objects can be referenced by some other objects. So when the count reaches to 0, automatically it can able to be deleted from the memory using the del method. Class student. Init method for initialization. Delete method for deleting the object. So double underscore del double underscore self. Cn is equal to self dot class name dot, then you can able to double underscore class, then you can able to include the name of the class name. So when the object is no more in reference, then automatically it can able to be destroyed. So I have created only a single object and the argument being passed is anu, print id. So in which location the object is being created, memory helps to be displayed using the id. So the id helps to specify the location where the object is created for the corresponding student named obj. Del obj helps to delete since the object is not being referenced anywhere else. So it displays the student object is being destroyed. Finally, to conclude, class and objects are most important paradigm for creating object-oriented concepts in Python. So without class and objects, anything may not be created. Thank you.